Hey, what's up, Slay Nation? Justin Query, New York Kayak Series Director, coming to you real quick for a live meeting. We've been getting a lot of messages over the last 4 or 5 days about our next tournament and the boundaries. A lot of people unfamiliar with this one because it's something different we've never done. So I was going to go over the boundaries real quick so that way anybody pre-fishing this weekend or even next week, you know the boundaries and you know where to go. So we'll go over this real quick before we get too far. Real quick, the Angler of the Year standings update. I'll cover that. Jake Turner is still in first. Right now I'm in second, and Mailman in third. But Josh Brewer, Chris Nielsen, and a lot of other people, Dale, are they'll get their fourth event hopefully at this next one, and then it'll really shake up the standings. We'll see what places are falling before our last event at Tupper Lake. So if you need to know what your lowest score is to call out, there's a good way to figure that out right now. Pause it here and figure that out, so you know where you stand at this point. Lake Ontario is a good opportunity for a lot of people to improve some of these scores. I know that's what I'm looking to do is knock off my Cayuga score and see if I can put up something good here. So just want to cover that real quick. The Angler of the Year race update. Jake's still leading that, like I said. Another thing real quick before we get anywhere is the National Online Championship, September 17th and 18th. It's a 2-day event where you can get your best buy for the 2 days. And anybody that's won any of our events, the ones on the bottom of the screen, except for the non-members, it shoots to the next person that's a member. If you've got one of the tokens, I don't think I have one handy. Yeah, I do. If you got one of these tokens this year, you qualify for this championship. It's only like $27 or $26 to get in. You fish your own waters, $26 right there, and fish your own home waters, and see if you can take some money home and a new title for you. So just want to make sure people knew about that. If you didn't get your token yet, I think Chris might be the only one I haven't given one to that won. I'll get you that at the next event if I haven't given you one. So there's that. That comes down to the next event. So if you haven't signed up yet, this is Slay Nation New York event number 6, Lake Ontario Ponds, based out of Sandy Creek, New York, Henderson, New York, that area. This is a pond hopping event. We are not in Lake Ontario itself. You cannot go into Lake Ontario. Let me come over here to the map and I'll show you the boundaries real quick. So this is the area that we're talking about. Obviously, Lake Ontario, you cannot cross into these waters, depending on the weather. I don't think it's going to be bad weather next weekend at this point, but that could change quick. The Lake Ontario will still get crazy if it was any kind of wind, so we're not going to be jumping into that. So what we're doing is these ponds off of Lake Ontario. And the first one that you can use is a little bit north, Lakeview Pond. It's a very small pond. I think it's only like 250 acres. I went and checked it out once, and I can tell you the one thing I can tell you about this pond is it's choked full of grass. So if you're a motor guy or dead set on using your pedal drive, this is probably not a good spot for you. But definitely some good fish in here. I know a lot of people that have fished in the past, caught some big ones in here. So that's an opportunity for you to fish there. The state launch is over, I think, right here. This is the state launch. It's the only launch that you can use on this pond. So that's the only way you're going to be able to get into this pond. You can fish this all the way down in here in Sandy Creek, wherever the impassable barrier is, or it gets too shallow for you. Don't get too far down in here, and if you come down into this spot, you cannot cross into this main channel, Sandy Creek. But other than that, just stay up in the pond part. I don't know if you can really even get to that far. It'll be that shallow. But small pond here, Lakeview Pond. This is the first pond that's in play in boundary for this event. The other one, if you go farther south, we get into this bigger pond. This is Sandy Pond. Sandy Pond is split into two, North Sandy Pond and South Sandy Pond right here. All of this South Pond and all of this North Sandy Pond is in play. up until any first impassable barrier. So you can come up into these creeks. You can actually cross down from this part of the pond to the south pond through here. You can come up to this north side. You can fish any of this. I don't know what they call this bay up here. All of this is in play. This creek, this is all in play up until impassable barrier. And that's the ponds that are in play. So really it's just 3 ponds: Lakeview Pond, North Sandy Pond, and South Sandy Pond. Some of these have a direct entrance like this into Lake Ontario. So you cannot cross this boundary. If you want to fish this mouth of it, you can, but you cannot cross outside this beach area. Other than that, that's pretty much the boundaries for this. Public launches only for this event. There's not that many launches anyway, so I think there's going to be combined maybe 3 to 4 launches possible to use between all the ponds. Other than that, catch board only, 12-inch minimum, 5 best fish, normal rules we've been using all year. If you don't have a catch board, get a hold of me. I can bring one. Some of the other directors have extras we can bring, but it is catch board only. The identifier and all the other details of this tournament will be at the captain's meeting online on August 19th. 7 p.m. we'll go live. We'll talk a little bit more. We won't cover the boundaries again, except for just saying, where to stay in. But this is the most detailed I'll tell everybody. So just to make sure people are pre-fishing in the same or the right areas. But any other questions, comments, just message me. If you're not sure where to be on these ponds, just message me. But it's pretty cut and dry. You'll know where you're at once you get there. Haven't been to Sandy Pond in a couple months, but it's a lot bigger than it looks. I don't know the exact size of it, but it's in the link on Tourney X. You can go to the DEC site and see the size of it, but it's a pretty big pond compared to Lakeview and South Sandy Pond. You go over the rules. Tourney X here, so if you haven't signed up, get signed up. I think there's only 3 of us in right now. Address to the award ceremony is listed. That's one of the launches. I believe that's the Sandy Pond launch right here. The North Sandy Pond launch, I think, is where we're gonna have that meeting in the awards. If you are placing in the awards, top 3 order Monster Bass, you got to be at the awards at least to accept your prize, and then you can take off. Everybody else you can check out and then get on the road if you have to. But I'd like it if everybody can come out to the awards if possible. This is the last event before the Angler of the Year finale, so this is the time crunch now to get your scores in and make your move for Angler of the Year before the big one at Tupper Lake. We'll go over a lot more details on Tupper Lake and that stuff later, but any more questions on this one, just give me a message. You can shoot Josh or Greg a message. I don't know if Greg's going, but I know Josh will be there, so message one of us if you got anything you need, any questions, and we'll be happy to help you. So get signed up, Slayers, and we'll see you next weekend, August 20th, over in Sandy Creek. Appreciate it. Have a good one, Slayers.